Welcome back to my Ask Golf Guru channel. Make sure you subscribe to this channel if you're not already. This isn't my regular channel. Hello, Mark Crossfield here. You might be seeing me on my Mark Crossfield channel. You might already be subscribed to that one, but if you're not to this one, you're missing out. So definitely give us a subscribe. Also, if you've got any other questions, post them down in the comments and I'll try and deal with your questions as well. Great question here. Why is a neutral swing path grip technique is pushed to so many new golfers when 90% of PGA pros all have unique techniques of their own? We are all unique, some more than others. Would it not be best to identify your strengths and to play it? Great question. And I think you'll find lots of modern day coaches, great coaches, would agree with that statement. Yes, I mean, I constantly with students are trying to get the most out of what they bring. I'm not trying to reinvent them. I'm not trying to reinvent the wheel. I'm trying to get the most out of what their time allows them to practice and what they bring into the studio. And if that means working with stronger grips, funny hand positions, postures and body shapes and sizes, which are all different, absolutely, you work with the player as much as possible. What I do see though is some patterns where the neutrality of some more textbook techniques can help golfers is when you see extreme. So you see some golfers who maybe have extreme positions. So let's say with an iron here, so my 7-iron here has loft. So I have what we call a strong grip, see loads of knuckles, maybe my handle goes forward, ball position goes back to try and control. This handle comes up to control lie as well, and I hit these shots and I kind of hit some bad ones like that, but I can also hit target. You know, I play to an ability and I say, this is how I want to hit it. You know, and I work out quite quickly a technique that gets me round. That's a club with loft. What happens with extreme techniques and lesser skilled golfers sometimes is you start pushing them to the limits of the clubs they use. So now a driver, less loft. Now this technique might just not work because there's so little loft on this club. De-lofting it's just ramming it into the ground. There's not even a stream, it's just running along the floor. So before we chuck fundamentals out of the pram, we do need to be aware that certain techniques, unless people are super skilled at managing them, which to be honest with you, lots of us aren't, and certainly not with the time to practice that the skilled PGA Tour players are using and have done to obtain their balance of their extreme techniques they might be using. Some techniques will work for certain lofted clubs and not for others, and it's those people what you find they just kind of, they beeline really quickly. They just level out and get frustrated. So they improve and get really beeline quick, and often not in line with what they think they can achieve in relationship to other sports they've come from or their kind of natural sporting ability. So that's where going for some more neutral techniques that might be contrary to other ideas that you're seeing on tour with more neutral grip setups and those kind of things, allow them then to have a more be average at every shot, which then works out at better, rather than being really good at one shot and then being really poor and average, below average, way below average, say at bunkers where we need loft, or with a driver where you need to manage loft and a fairway would. So you almost flatten the curve out to make them more even. They have a more enjoyable, roundy game of golf because sometimes their techniques means they get in a bunker and they can't get out. And that ain't any fun. And the more you neutralize some of those people, quite often, it does change how they think about the game and makes them enjoy it. I agree with the statement though, it's a great statement. Definitely working with a student is the skill that most and lots of really good coaches now are really appreciating. And I thank you for your great comments. But there is also still some kind of validity, there is still some good benefits about making people relatively textbook, for want of a better word, while still working within those ideas.